So, ladies and gentlemen, the race for the mayor in the second largest city in America, Los Angeles, just took a sharp turn for the worse for Karen Bass, as the latest polling shows that it's basically a toss-up at this point. And so with just a few days left now before the election, Karen Bass is in full-blown panic mode. And now what we're seeing in the liberal media is that they've been hunting for some gotcha moments from Spencer Pratt, and it's just not working. Check it out.
Everything, as you may or may not know in politics these days, is seen through the prism of President Donald Trump. Do you think President Trump is a good president?
Again, the only prism I see anything is what I live. My town burning down is what got me in the race. I'm in a local race. The president has nothing to do with why my streets have naked drug addicts. My streets don't have lights in the polls. My streets have potholes all over. My town burned down. My race is a local race. I don't care what's going on in the national politics in other states. I am running for a local position, so
right. But you need to have a relationship with the federal government. You just said 2 minutes ago you were going to move homeless to the federal land, so you got to have a relationship with the federal government. So, what is your take on President Trump? You're going to host the Olympics in 2 years. You're going to be the mayor of that city, maybe. What's your relationship going to be like with President Trump?
I'm going to have a relationship with two presidents, and they're going to be the same. I'm going to work with the president the same way I'm going to work with the city council members, or my state reps, or the lieutenant governor, or the new governor. I'm going to work with whoever I need to work with to execute the best for Angelenos, period.
Do you want his endorsement?
I don't need anyone's endorsement but mothers. That's who's getting me elected. People keep forgetting it's Democratic moms that do not feel safe that are putting me in office in 5 days.
Can you explain to me something? Because you're not afraid of anything. You're not afraid of giving your opinion on anything, but you won't give me an opinion on President Trump. And I get it that his endorsement, his blessing may not be good for you. It likely isn't good for you in LA.
That's your
opinion.
But
if you're fearless, what do you think of President Trump? You're a Republican, right?
Again. This right here, what you're doing.
I'm just asking.
No, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
This conversation is what's destroyed local elections. People don't care in LA. They want to feel safe. They don't want to step in human poop. I don't need to have personal opinions about anybody that doesn't affect them stepping in human poop. It's not being scared. I'm just not falling in for this tribal politics back and forth. It's a local election. I'm not running for president, so it doesn't matter my opinion on any presidents.
Exactly. What does it matter what he has to say or Karen Bass has to say about Donald Trump? You always hear from Brandon Johnson's or Mamdani, these local city officials, local mayors, who should be concerned about their cities and their ongoing issues, but they always seem to find time to discuss and prioritize national issues with the current administration. And usually it has something to do with trying to cover up their failures in some way, shape, or form. And the fact that you have a guy who is focused on Los Angeles only, this reporter's having a hard time digesting it. LA has enough problems to keep any mayor's attention. And if he wants to get things done well, of course it would make sense not to close yourself off to potentially needing help from the federal government despite who's in office, right? But let's continue.
Hey, Brian, Spencer Pratt has largely run his campaign off of Skid Row, ending the homeless crisis there and restoring safety for animals that are abused on Skid Row. And we're not far from that area right now, where Spencer just left an event that was hosted by Hispanic and Latino supporters. He met with several dozen supporters in person here in what was like a block party style gathering. And here's what Pratt told the group.
I just want people to feel safe. I want families to be able to thrive in the city. And it takes the whole city to actually change. I'm just going to be the voice of the community.
And the mayor's race is considered wide open. Mayor Bass is campaigning all over the city this weekend to keep her job. We were at an SCIU union rally yesterday where Bass did not miss the opportunity to attack Spencer Pratt.
We have a choice. Do we choose a TV reality star villain? Right. Saying he was a villain and taking pride in that, but we don't need villains in the city.
The California governor's race, another neck-and-neck competition with Democrats Javier Becerra and Tom Steyer considered the latest front-runners against Republican Steve Hilton. And live here near downtown Los Angeles regarding the mayor's race, there is another third top-tier candidate, Councilwoman Nithya Raman. She is participating in two Get Out the Vote events today. Brian.
Our Matt Finn live in Los Angeles. Matt, thank you.
I just got to say, how hypocritical is it that Karen Bass called out Spencer Pratt for being a reality TV star villain from 20 years ago, while she was literally traveling back and forth to Cuba in her 20s and was part of a communist organization that somehow the media conveniently just never seems to speak about or bring up. But let's check out this next part, because voters are turning on Karen Bass in Los Angeles, and it's still going to be hard for him to pull this off because it's Los Angeles. And there's no shortage of useful idiots out there who will still vote for her. Take a listen.
Who do you want to win as mayor of LA?
Karen Bass.
And why Karen Bass?
Black Pride.
Okay, anything else?
No.
Just that or some politics? We're asking people in LA who they want to win as mayor.
Oh, Karen Bass.
And why Karen Bass?
Well, I'm going to tell you something really specifically. This has been the last 2 years where in MacArthur Park, she has supported the Ramadan Fest. And it's been amazing. And I personally from New York, and we used to have that kind of rich culture of many different religions. And for me, that is so missed here. A lot of people here, are 1 and 2, or that's been my experience. But to introduce the multiculturalism and the importance of vast religious celebration and something like Ramadan and the breaking of the fast was really important. And I heard that Karen Bass was behind that.
Now, fortunately, that's not everyone in LA. There are actually people out there who are voting because of real issues that exist and have been ignored. Check this out.
Maybe I know that when you win, and we're all going to vote for you, that all 93 and our families, we're an association, we're organized, we're nonprofit, we're all set up. So, they know the hurt, they know the feeling, they saw the destruction of this 133-year-old program, and it was uncalled for, and it was a robbery, and so we need to change. It's not just that.
Yeah, it's not you guys. It's not just.
You have the trucking because Floyd, myself, Victor, here. We still got you got 90 trucks ready to go to work.
Yeah.
We're still here. So that's what we need for you to bring us back. That's why we're here. We want to do this infrastructure. We want to pave the roads, because this is our livelihood. We know what we do.
It's our city.
This is our city.
And they provide
our community.
Hello, sir. Spencer, thank you so much for coming out here. Appreciate it. Fighting for us. I'm from the valley. Amazing. The valley, and there's a lot of problems. I've seen at the bus stops. There's people with needles there, and there's actually a homeless shelter. It used to be a skate land. Now they made it into a homeless shelter. And I think 2 years ago there was a dumping ground of bodies. They found like one body. Like there was a cave behind the homeless shelter. And
2 people have been found dead in Northridge in what firefighters have described as a cave.
2 bodies and a white powdery substance were found in what's being described as a human-dug cave.
Crews were called to the scene this morning, finding the bodies at a homeless encampment inside what authorities described as a human-dug cave with a white powdery substance, possibly fentanyl, next to them. Now, they immediately called in a hazardous materials crew to investigate.
I just think it's a negligence from the homeless shelter, and thank you, and I really hope that you don't forget about the valley. Spencer, thank you.
Nobody voted for that no more. We not voted for that. Karen tricked us. She don't get to do that twice. Now, you come in here all the way to Crenshaw from the Palisades, and we all got something in common. Let's do it.
That's right.
Let's do it.
And so Spencer Pratt leads Karen Bass in Los Angeles mayor race. California Post poll reveals. It says Spencer Pratt is now Karen Bass's biggest headache. A bombshell California Post poll conducted with McCullen and Associates shows the reality TV star turned mayoral candidate has surged to a statistical tie with the incumbent mayor. And voters blame homelessness, affordability, and the direction of Los Angeles as the reason for turning on Bass. Pratt now leads the field with 30.1% support compared with 29.5% for Bass, setting up a razor-thin race heading into next week's primary. Socialist Councilwoman Nithya Raman sits in third at 23.4%. With a margin of error of plus or minus 4.9% points, the race remains statistically tight. One of the more notable findings is Pratt's strength among Hispanic voters, where he leads the field with 33% support compared to 24% for Bass and 21% for Rahman. But beneath the numbers lies a much bigger warning sign for City Hall. Voters appear deeply dissatisfied not only with the direction of Los Angeles, but also with nearly every major candidate seeking to lead it. The numbers are particularly brutal for Bass, as only 32% approve of her job performance, while staggering 66% disapprove, including 41% who strongly disapprove. Her personal favorability ratings are just as bad. Just 32% view Bass favorably, while 65% hold an unfavorable opinion. And so let's go to this next clip, because it's a prime example of how disconnected Karen Bass actually is. She wants to host a massive FIFA World Cup watch parties in the infamous MacArthur Park, ladies and gentlemen, and the locals don't seem to think she knows what she's quite getting herself into. Check this out.
Mayor Bass has announced all these watch parties for World Cup and different LA parks. One of them is MacArthur Park. Do you think it's a good idea that people go to MacArthur Park to watch the World Cup?
Not necessarily, honestly.
It's not a safe park.
Yeah, I think it's a great idea. Anything to engage the community.
I think MacArthur Park is really big. I think there are areas that could be considered safe.
I understand what they're trying to do with, trying to like freshen things up the park. But being born and raised in LA, it's something my mom told me to never go around to.
If MacArthur Park is not cleaned up, they went out there and cleaned it up the other day. And basically, you were out there today and you saw that it wasn't cleaned up. It's not a safe park. So no, and I don't think it would be a good idea.
I haven't spent time there recently. I think the idea of trying to bring people outside in person to commune and enjoy something is a great idea. I would assume, if they could spend some money to offer some support to the homeless people and the people who are on drugs in those areas, that would be great.
Well, MacArthur Park is really dicey. It's not really safe. And then to have watch parties in this town, I don't think you're going to have the kind of gathering that you're looking for. It'll just be probably a mess of issues and drinking and that kind of thing.
So yeah, I think the idea of everybody watching sports together outside is great. I do think that they just need to ensure that all the areas are safe, but not just for the World Cup, just Monday through Monday.
The people who live in LA, they are saying that it may not be such a good idea. That place really is not all that safe. It's kind of sketchy activities that they got going on over there. And so sure, they could clean up for a watch party event, but what happens after? Does it go right back to what it was, where the local community cannot even enjoy the park? And so let's get into this next clip, because apparently even Bill Maher is coming around to Spencer Pratt for mayor. And so Bill Maher just dropped a surprising admission about Republican Los Angeles mayoral candidate Spencer Pratt that's going to shock a lot of liberals in La La Land. Check it out.
A little good news, a little light at the end of the tunnel. For the first time in 88 days, Iran got their internet back. They had been living without any internet, and everybody in the country got it and said the same thing. Spencer Pratt is going to be the mayor of Los Angeles? Just didn't know. I have to move on. I had Spencer Pratt on my podcast the other day. I think it drops. You know what? I know I'm supposed to hate him. I don't.
He runs great ads.
Yeah, I mean, he's a nice guy. Yeah. He's what's charming about him is he has no advisors. I mean, I confronted him on this and this you're going to have to think about. No, I only care about the issues I care about. So he's very honest about that. It's funny because he's running as a Republican and doing quite well. Everybody out here is like, what do you think of Spencer Pratt? He's on everybody's mind. I was asking him about that. He's very un-Californian in that way for a guy who's from California.
Yeah, so Spencer Pratt does have a shot, and this is really going to come down to whether residents in Los Angeles are really tired of the directions Democrats are taking them. Because if he does win, that will show a significant change in perhaps how these people are thinking now. Even if he does win, though, it will still be an uphill battle, because you're talking about, the courts, city council, and basically the state, which, yes, may have a Republican in a runoff for governor also, but it's going to take a lot. Honestly, it's going to take a whole lot for California, because it's been deep blue for so long that it's become so radically far left. Even if Pratt wins, there is still a lot he will need to overcome. But those are my thoughts in the update. Now I want to hear from you. Drop your comment down below. As always, I appreciate when you guys chime in. Don't forget, enjoy the content. Smash that thumbs up. For more, subscribe to the channel. And as always, until next time.